Hi guys, I'm Melissa from Cloudmom. I'm filming some videos on breastfeeding, and I wanted to do one quickly and tell you guys why I've actually stopped supplementing with my baby Bracey. Bracey's now 8 months old, but he was a preemie. He was born 10 weeks premature. So from the very beginning, I had to give him bottles, many more bottles than I had ever done with my prior 5 children. Only one of whom was in the NICU, but only for a week. So with Bracey, it was really tricky to balance the breastfeeding with giving him bottles because my pediatrician was very closely looking at his weight gain. And we had 2 weeks when he had first come home from the NICU at 6 weeks. 2 weeks after that, during which he didn't gain enough weight, and it was very stressful. I was like, ugh. And the tricky thing about it was, when I was giving him 2 to 3 bottles, he wasn't nursing particularly well. He got a little lazy on the breast. So he was getting a good nutrition on those during those 2 or 3 feeds from the bottles. But I felt like the breastfeeding sessions weren't going as well. So this is a very tricky thing for moms who have had preemie babies or who have had babies that have difficulty breastfeeding. It's very tricky. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of advice from my own experience. And my basic advice is that if you're really determined to breastfeed, the best solution is to get the baby away and off of those bottles as soon as you can. It is basically, something that varies from baby to baby. With my older kids, they could handle 2 to 3 bottles a day. I was going back to work. I would try to breastfeed them from the breast. They would have 2 to 3 bottles while I was away at work, and then I was able to breastfeed them. I would sort of catch up on the weekends, and it all worked. With Bracey, I don't know if it's because he had so many bottles early on, it really just never worked quite so well. So anyway, I battled this out. I was even given the advice to stop nursing and to only pump, and I knew that was not going to work for me because I never get quite as much milk when I pump. So this continued, and I managed to eventually get down to 1 bottle a day. I think it's, September, October, November, December, January. By January, I was doing only 2 bottles a day. And so that was when he was 4 months old. And at 6 months, I was down to 1 bottle a day. 1 big bottle, which was usually formula, because I was too tired to even defrost the breast milk I had at the end of the day. So I was giving him this big bottle of formula. Then what started happening? At month 7 and during month 8, Bracey became really impossible to breastfeed. His 4 feedings were all from the breast, but he didn't seem hungry. He was super distracted. He would rip himself off immediately. It was like really challenging. The breastfeeding sessions didn't seem to be going well. Meanwhile, I was scared to stop giving him this one last supplementary bottle at night because I thought he was going to wake up at 3 in the morning, and I was really tired dealing with my 5 older kids and everything else and work. And so I was really scared to cut out this bottle. So around a week ago, I just decided, you know what, enough is enough. This baby is not nursing well enough. It's so important to me. I'm just going to cut out that supplementary bottle. And lo and behold, I cut it out. He slept just the same that night, believe it or not. And the next day, he nursed much better. The morning nursing session went really well, and he nursed 3 or 4 more times for 10-20 minutes quite vigorously and being less distracted. So anyway, if you are having trouble with a very distracted baby, and if your doctor is happy with your baby's weight gain, and you're not concerned that your baby's not getting enough breast milk or formula, which is supposed to be around 16 to 24 ounces for a baby this age, you might want to consider not supplementing every day with 1 bottle, or if you're doing 2 bottles, you might go down to 1 bottle. Try to give a bottle at least once or twice a week so that they don't completely forget about it, because at some point you might need to be away from the baby and have the baby be drinking out of the bottle. But anyway, this is my advice. As soon as I cut out that last big supplementary bottle of formula, my baby started to breastfeed a lot better. Thank you so much for watching Cloudmom, and I will see you guys back soon for more how-to videos.